Well, very much a message of reassurance for the French people here at the Élysée Palace in Paris. The message that we are still, in fact, at stage 2. The authorities very much trying to contain the spread of the virus and slow down its spread. The message was that they would be protecting citizens, really to implement the measures that have already been put into effect, reminding people of what they are, to implement those gestures, to wash their hands consistently, to cough into one's elbow rather than their hands. Not to shake hands with people, not to, and as you would in a traditional way here in France, to kiss people on either cheek, and again, moving more measures into the foreground to limit visits to the elderly, not to visit them if at all possible, and again to limit visits to people in hospital, in fact specifically to one person at a time, those people who are much more at risk of the outbreak and the effects of the virus. Now, again, this is not a matter of trying to slow down or put people in quarantine. It's really a matter of scientifically, when necessary, putting measures into effect at that time. A matter of proportionality to keep life going while doing their best to limit the effects of COVID-19. Further measures, all meetings for over 1,000 people are going to be forbidden. And again, the government's white plan for health is in effect, that is a matter of preparing the health system to cope with any possible influx. There'll be also an imminent decree of improving access to what has been called telemedicine. Now, that will be, of course, digital means. Instead of going to see your GP, it's a matter of contacting them at distance, either online or possibly via video link, really limiting contact between people as far as is possible. Again, monitoring patients with the blue plan that's also coming into effect, monitoring patients and keeping an eye on things, really to move the health system into a state of readiness to cope with any way things might get worse. Again, a message of reassurance for the French people, the government saying that it can anticipate and learn from international situations.
A message of reassurance, but the health minister did also say that the next few weeks will be very difficult. Was it a surprise that we did not move into stage 3?
I think most people expected the outbreak epidemic to be declared. We know that it has affected each of France's metropolitan 13 regions have their own cases. That has also spread to 3 of its overseas territories. It was expected that stage 3 might in fact go into effect, really releasing an arsenal of measures that the government would in fact be able to use, putting the healthcare on and the frontline workers in the healthcare system on a ready footing to deal with what is going on, really moving measures into effect across the country. However, the government does not believe it yet to be necessary, that they still can really attenuate the effects of this virus through existing containment measures, rather than moving to an outright declaration of stage 3 epidemic.